Today we have the NVIDIA GeForce 210 on the channel. Where I got this card was for free, since I was cleaning out someone's garage, and they said I could have it since I just found it randomly. Anyways, the NVIDIA GeForce 210 originally released in 2009, making this graphics card 16 years old, which is older than a lot of people who watch YouTube nowadays. The GeForce 210 has 8 cores, 1GB of DDR3 memory, in which today's standard isn't nearly enough, but it's still a capable all 64 bits card. The GPU clock speed being 520 MHz and a 400 MHz memory clock speed, which could be increased by overclocking it, but for sake of purity, we aren't going to be overclocking or underclocking it. Just keeping it completely stock to see what games we can effectively run, which has been made within the past 10 years. Now let's get on with the benchmarks. Before you go typing in the comments, oh, but anything can run Ultrakill. Well, not everything. See, the 210 is underspec'd for the minimum requirements for the game. This really struggled at 1080p, being borderline unplayable, but tweaking it to 720p really helped it with its average FPS, being a way higher than it was. And it was remarkable seeing a game released in 2020, the average FPS being 25, and the 1% lows being only 9 FPS, which shocked me since this card only has a gigabyte of DDR3. Now, as we move on to Slime Launcher, this really surprised me due to the GeForce 210 being way too weak for this game. But we did have to lower the settings to the lowest settings at 600p. The 1% lows were, while I was wandering around, was about 2 FPS. But I have no doubt in my mind that in later stages of the game, it might even go to 1 FPS in the lows, if not crash. Now, off we go to our final benchmark, Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia was released in 2020 to the shock of every ghost hunt in Fnatic. Phasmophobia gets roughly 15 FPS on average, with a 1% low of 2 FPS. But due to this, the game felt really smooth, and it felt like nothing was going to go wrong. But when I got into a stage, everything was pink, almost as if it was missing textures that the GeForce 210 just couldn't render, not even at 480p on the lowest settings. So there you have it, the GeForce 210 in all of its action, but I cannot speak of how surprised I was to see what this could even do running some modern games. Even though they're a bit more down in the graphical era of today's age, they're still massively fun games, which I cannot recommend any more than I ever can. But I could not recommend this because I was meant to be doing more benchmarks on this graphics card, but for some reason it just up and died for no reason, it seemed. Instead, I would try getting a later graphics card, but if it's cheap you need, try getting a Radeon 580, which the 4GB model, second hand, on eBay is roughly £30 and does way more performance. and much more VRAM too, so you don't have to worry about that 1 GB limit. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe and like. This entire channel is a passion project of mine, so come down for these crazy rides.